At that time, Korea was in the period of the Imchen Rebellion, when there were Jurchens in the north and Japanese invasion in the south. The heroine was born in the Jurchen clan of the Fan-Hu on the banks of the Yalu River. Although the Fan-Hu tribe is of Jurchen descent, it has been submissive and dependent on Korea for more than 100 years. But to the North Korean authorities and the Jurchens across the river, they were neither Jurchens nor Koreans, but lowly beings known as savages at the bottom of the city. The film highlights the poor, low, but friendly and peaceful life of the Jurchen tribe. Imchen's father was a clan leader who could only bow to North Korea, pay tribute on time, and act as a spy to spy on the enemy across the river. His father was always away from home, and the burden of life fell on Imchen. Her mother was seriously ill, and in order to save her critically ill mother, at the age of 10, she did not hesitate to break into the forbidden land to look for wild ginseng, and happened to find an abandoned temple. And the mural on the wall also recorded life and death grass. The Korean general Jurchen, who was patrolling the frontier, found 15 corpses of Jurchens in the mountains. One of them was also holding a bead from a pendant of a North Korean official's hat. In order not to cause a conflict with the Jurchen tribe, he found the head of the Fan-Hu tribe and asked him to go to the Jurchen tribe to spread rumors that these Jurchens were killed by tigers. After returning to the barracks, Lord Jurchen saw that his superiors had lost many beads from the pendant on Lord Zhao's hat, and understood that Lord Zhao had killed the pig Jurchen people who went to pick ginseng. Jurchen felt that this time was troublesome, and decided to lead troops out to eliminate the tiger to stabilize the situation. After hearing the rumors, the Jurchen tribe sent people to investigate the cause of death of the tribesmen. Just as the two teams were about to meet, the zombie tiger appeared and rushed straight to the Jurchens. Frugally, he killed the zombie tiger and saved the last two Jurchens. The leader of the Jurchen tribe broke the stomach of the zombie tiger and found no trace of human flesh. So he told Jurchen that if they found that the clan was killed by someone, they would definitely take revenge. He threw an item from the Fan-Hu tribe to the leader of the Jurchen tribe, and said that the people were killed by the Fan-Hu tribe. The Jurchen tribe sent troops to annihilate the Imchen family's Fan-Hu tribe, and Imchen went up the mountain again to collect medicine, and found the story of life and death grass in the ancient temple that can bring people back to life. Deer eat grass. Tigers eat deer. All zombie. But these are not important. What is important is that Zhao Imchen knew at this time that the grass that brings the dead back from the dead must pay a price. That day, Imchen found the life and death grass in the mountains, and on the way home, he found the corpse of a Jurchen tribe of the pig mother, with a feather arrow stuck in its back. She ran back to the Fan-Hu tribe and saw that the camp had been burned down and the bodies of the tribesmen hung from wooden poles. Imchen was overwhelmed with grief and vowed to avenge his people. As the only survivor of the Fan-Hu tribe, she desperately defected to the envoy Min Zhilu, hoping that North Korea would avenge the people. She was taken in by the great compassion. But in the barracks, Imchen lived an inhuman life, not only doing the menial work, but even becoming a tool for the soldiers to vent their desires. She also had to act as an agent across the river, but she also had to endure humiliation and bear the burden in order to take revenge. Practice archery in silence. 10 years later, little Imchen grew up. The arrow technique is also very masterful. The Wako prepares to invade Korea. Lord Zhao and Jurchen will lead troops to resist the Yan. Before the operation, Imchen was asked to infiltrate the Jurchen camp again to spy on the military situation. That night, Imchen noticed nothing unusual, but she saw a man locked up in a room, and when she entered, she recognized the person as her father. It turned out that 10 years ago, the Jurchen tribe was killed in retaliation for their own people. Under the lure of thrift, he swept away the Fanhu tribe and captured the leader, Imchen's father, to his camp. As punishment for betraying the Jurchens, Imchen's father was tortured by having his limbs cut off and locked up in this room. Imchen's father begged Imchen to kill him and end his suffering. Imchen had to grieve and stab his father to help him extricate himself, and then set fire to the camp. Returning to the Korean military camp, Imchen happened to see the army marching to resist the Wa, and she found that the feather arrow used by Lord Cho seemed to have been seen somewhere. Suddenly, she remembered that this was exactly the same as the feather arrow on the corpse of the Jurchen tribe 10 years ago. She sneaked into Lord Zhao's room that night to check the information of that year. Only then did he understand everything about the matter. It turned out that Lord Zhao did not allow the Jurchens and other people to go to the mountains to collect ginseng for personal gain. So he killed 15 Jurchen people who crossed the border to pick ginseng. Lord Jianshi framed the Fanhu Jurchen tribe, which caused the Fanhu tribe to be exterminated by the Jurchen tribe. Imchen was furious to the extreme, and he was actually played by the enemy. After all these years of humiliation, she vowed to exterminate all living beings on the ground of Korea and the Jurchens, and made these evil creatures pay the price they deserved for their crimes. That night, a soldier came to humiliate Imchen again. This time, she did not hesitate, killed the soldier, and infected the corpse with life and death grass to make a zombie. Then the zombie bit the other soldiers to death, and Imchen set fire to the barracks, and captured a soldier alive and took him to a room. It turned out that 10 years ago, Imchen was reluctant to separate from his people, used life and death grass to infect the corpses of the clansmen, so that the clansmen become zombies. She tied them up in this room again. Imchen has been feeding them with animal carcasses all these years, and now Imchen has brought them a living person. At the beginning and end of the movie, the Fanhu tribal people eat meat, echo each other while alluding to the historical fact that people in North Korea cannibalized people at that time, which is amazing. At the end of the story, she goes from the North Korean military camp to the camp of the tribesmen. From one ruin to another, she issued a declaration of destruction to the already zombified clansmen, and the Grim Reaper was born.